Hi everybody, hang on one quick minute. Hi Captain Lee, hi EXO. Okay, so we're going to talk a lot about Gypsy Rose here because there's a lot to talk about. Just get over here. Okay, because I just heard. Alright, let me go. So I don't know. You know what I want to do? I want to start with a quiz, okay? If I ask you a question, let's see how much you know. What's the gender of Gypsy's baby? Go ahead, write it down in the chat. Okay, girl. Okay. Did anybody not know that Gypsy was having a girl? Anybody here not know that Gypsy was having a girl? I think most of us knew for days and days because Christy told a certain YouTube creator and then they had a falling out. That YouTube creator let everything fly when they had the falling out, and the gender of Gypsy's baby has been announced for days. Beyond that, Mama, Grandma, Grandpa, Gypsy knew, I'm sure Ken knew, Ryan knew. I don't think she's showing. The other day, she showed her belly, like she pulled it out of like a tank top, and she looked bigger than she looks in that picture. And the one picture that they released, because I'm sure they had to film this for Lifetime, and Lifetime has the exclusive rights and probably just told her she could release 2 things. She looks thinner than I've ever seen her in that white dress, the one that it says Ryan's reaction. She looks the thinnest I have ever seen her. So I don't think she looks pregnant at all. And even in that picture, it looks like it's really big here because the picture was small and I had to blow it out and that's blurry. But this is the wall behind her. That is not her stomach. Her stomach is not out very far. Her stomach was out further the other day when she pulled out of a tank top, okay? You're seeing this is skewed because there's white behind her and you're thinking this whole thing right here is a bump. But here's what I am thinking now. And you know, when she first announced the pregnancy, I thought, oh yeah, okay, she's pregnant. Since the announcement of the pregnancy, there has been so many things that are now really, I'm probably 80% that she's not even pregnant. And I'll tell you why. The drama that we know from Rod, that Lifetime, Life After Lockup, wants to have, what they pay for, is what he says, is the reason we had all of that, am I pregnant? When she was with Ryan. And then that whole morning after pill thing. So there was already that was there, right? Then I think they were saying, oh, you know, we want some drama here. Are you going to have a baby with Ken? Or maybe they said, we don't know if we're going to pick you up again. We don't know if we're going to pick you up for another season. You know, what are we going to do for another season? And could it be that, because they have just started filming, I believe it was like July 27th, the 24th, that she said, oh, I'm pregnant. Thinking either that she was maybe not pregnant, but was going to get pregnant, whatever to get picked up. So this is what I'm kind of thinking. The exam room was really suspect. You've got her sister who's studying to be a nurse. Okay, I'm not saying that her sister's in on anything, but how do we know this wasn't some practice exam room or something in a university. I don't know. Do we know 100% that was the nurse? Oh, yes, she's pregnant. I don't know. The exam room looked weird. Beyond any of that, she, especially being Gypsy, doesn't act like she's pregnant. She never talks about cravings. She never talks about feeling lightheaded or dizzy or having any morning sickness or not having morning sickness or feeling tired. Like all the things that somebody newly pregnant usually speaks about, we don't hear about. We don't even hear about flutters, this or that. She got that Doppler like immediately, and she's done 2 Doppler videos. But that could be fake too. So I am 80% that she is not even pregnant. And I'm wondering if this is not a fake pregnancy that's going to end in a fake miscarriage. So that's where I am with this, okay? Now, she'd have to do something soon because she says she's 16 weeks. When she gets to 20 weeks, that's a different story as in how they handle miscarriages. So I just, I wonder what she's thinking. I don't know. Every day I get more of a vibe. I am with Carolyn. I thought from the start the pregnancy was fake. Okay, I don't know. It's the way she talks. She doesn't talk about this baby. And for someone that had always spoken about medical conditions and stuff, for her not to even say oh my gosh, I'm so nauseous, I'm having so much morning sickness, I'm throwing up, or I can't believe it, I'm not throwing up, I feel great. Look, I didn't have, my mother had terrible morning sickness, horrible, okay? Vomiting all the time. My sister and I, neither of us had that. But even though we didn't have it to that extreme, was still, with Ethan and Luke, I felt not really even sick at all. But then I still had something to compare it to, okay, like I said, more it was that I was lightheaded or dizzy. I remember being in church, especially with my son Michael, and it was May, and it was getting hot, and it was even after I knew I was pregnant in June, because I found out on my birthday, I remember. So June and July, I remember just standing up in church and looking at my mother, and she's like, what? And I said, I have to get outside. I had to go stand and just get the air because I felt like I was just going to fall down. So, and I remember certain foods my father's lasagna. Normally I would love my father's lasagna, and my sister and I were pregnant at the same time, and we were about exactly the same amount of weeks pregnant because our kids had due dates 2 days apart. But we both said, we couldn't think of that cheese, and we just couldn't think of it. And just certain things I would have to really think about what I wanted every night. I don't hear Gypsy doing this stuff. I don't hear her talking about this stuff. Hi, Danielle. Thanks for joining us. Just simple things. And if you've been pregnant, and just how a Gypsy, I just think she would be talking about this stuff. Okay? Another common thing is getting leg cramps. See, with Ethan, from the get-go, I couldn't believe it. Like, I think I didn't even get a positive test, and I got this from something was pushing on this one vein, and it was down my calf. And I remember going in so early thinking, like, this cannot be from pregnancy. And they're like, it is. I'm like, what is the baby the size of a pea? But yeah, but you don't see her doing anything. And the other thing you don't see her talking about is her appointments. This is a girl that constantly talks about everything. Think about how she spoke in that interrogation, how every single detail of the Disney trip, every single detail of Universal, it just went on and on. She spoke. But she doesn't say, hey, I've got an OBGYN appointment. I go back. By 16 weeks, do you know how many appointments she should have had? Most people are finding out that they're knowing, like at 4 weeks, oh, I'm pregnant with the pregnancy test. They go to the doctor. By 6 weeks, you're having your first ultrasound, okay? Then you're back, at 10 weeks. And then they're going to talk about that those tests, that testing you can have, right? So the nucleal, all of that. But we're not getting that from Gypsy. She's not talking about any of that. And I just think it's crazy. And Ken, why wouldn't Ken be at the doctor with her? Okay, oh, he doesn't live near her. Okay, well, how come we haven't seen any appointments where Ken's been there? How come we haven't seen an ultrasound? When they do the nucleal measurement that tests for like Down syndrome and trisomy 21 and 18, and all of that, that is done early, very early, like 12 to 14 weeks. And that's a whole big ultrasound with blood taken. Maybe she's not sharing pics because she's further along. But she doesn't look further along. She doesn't look pregnant to me. I'm just saying the way I feel. I think there's a lot of stuff missing that you would expect from somebody that's sharing every aspect of her life on social media. Something's up. Something's up. And I don't know whether she's leading Lifetime on to get the second. Did she miss? No, not that I've heard. But, now she had the gender reveal. Oh, let's talk. Does everybody know the baby's name? If you know the baby's name, put it down. See if there's anybody here that doesn't know the baby's name. I don't think so either, Oliver. I don't think she is either. I don't think she is either. I thought, no way would she not be pregnant. I thought like 100%. But so let's see. So Ruff has guessed something. Everybody else. Well, Ruff is correct. The baby's name is Aurora. Now, I didn't watch her video where she announced it. I actually got the baby name from Two Scooter. But that's a Disney princess name. Sleeping Beauty, right? So, is she going to... What is she going to do? Have all the Disney princesses? Is that for Disney? Oh, are they going to go to Disney just like her mom and her did? Like, what's the deal with that? But I'm sorry, I don't think so. And this looks like this was held in someone's house. And they had, you see where the sister's sitting on the bed there? There was a video where someone went around and Mia said, "Hi, baby, I'm going to be your godmother, and I think you're a boy." As if she didn't know it was a girl, right? Everybody in the family knows. Come on. And then there's a girl named Mary, which I think she's Ken's sister. And everybody's saying she looks just like Gypsy. And she's like, "Hi, Mary, I'm going to be your aunt, and I think you're going to be a girl." I mean, not a hi, Mary, hi, baby. My name's Mary. And then they had it look like Christy's mother. I don't remember what she guessed. And then they had Christy, who's going to be Lolly. And never heard that name for grandmother in my life, Lolly. Do you want her to lick you? That's a little bizarre to me. So anyway, Lolly and I Know What You Are. And then Rod comes on and says, "I'm going to be Pop, grandchild, and I know what you are." And then there's the picture you see there with her in front of that dining room table. There's that picture you see with the balloons. And then you see a little video with her standing next to Ken and says, "Hi, sweetie, I'm your mom, and you're a girl." And Ken says, "I'm your dad, and you're a girl." Okay. So then there's Ryan. Ryan filmed live today. And I guess he's on TikTok or Instagram. I don't know. Get so confused which ones they're either posting to first or whatever. But people were like going to Ryan and say, "Congratulations, are you happy it's a girl?" or something like that. And he's like, "Oh, stop that." He's like, "I'm going to have to take a DNA test, but it's not my baby." And he's like, "It's just so stupid. This gender reveal was so kind of," well, I don't know if he said stupid, but he said, "Who has a gender reveal when she's already known the gender of the baby? Everybody knows Gypsy was having a girl. So what did she do this for?" Of course she did this for a lifetime. Carolyn, very sus of the plain doctor's office without pharmaceuticals, and figurines were showing the baby size and the scariest dual action style action sizes. Dilation. Yeah, dilation. Right. Exactly. Okay, so yeah, there was nothing there. It just looked barren. Now, her sister is studying to be a nurse. Her sister has one more year. So I did a little looking around. Now, Mia is no stranger to social media. In fact, Mia's been on social media doing live videos, doing all kinds of big photo shoots and videos and all kinds of things like that way before Gypsy ever got released. So she has road trips with her friends to Nashville. She has a very long-term boyfriend who he graduated with an MBA, and he has a position at a university, and she is going to be a nurse, and she has one more year. She's 23. She just turned 23 at the end of June, and Gypsy's 33. So they're 10 years apart. 10 years like in a month apart, right? Here's what I see. You have Mia, who from all her social media accounts appears that, she's constantly wishing her dad. Now I know on social media things can look great and not be great. Yes, but I'm saying she goes hunting with her dad. She has baby pictures with her and her dad, her and her mom, brother and dad. Gypsy's not there, okay? She calls him Big Daddy. She's moved out of the house. She's 23. She graduated college. Now she's in nursing school. But we have Gypsy, who killed her mother, took a plea deal, was in prison for murder of her mother, was dating around like crazy in prison, had Ken, she had Ryan, she comes out, she married Ryan, they get a dog, they're doing all this stuff. Wait a minute, now she's breaking up with Ryan, she's moving back to the house. Oh, she's going to move in your old bedroom. So Gypsy, looking at all this, like Gypsy's already said, her sister was going to handle the gender reveal because her sister has great taste or something, and this is what she does. And you can tell her sister is very popular. She has a lot of friends. She does a lot of traveling. And I think Gypsy must feel like she's in the shadow of her sister. No matter what she does, she thinks people are going to forget that she murdered her mother. I'm going to get to that, okay? Because Gypsy tells you on TikTok, why are you focusing on the crime? I already did the time. That's what she says. And the stuff she says, she has a question and answer. One of the questions is something like, where is she going to put her advocacy? Gypsy no longer says about Munchausen's because she wasn't a victim of that. But then she says, oh, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to work with Make-A-Wish because I'd like to give back because I feel bad because, and then watch how she spins this, because of what my mother did. And, but see, now she remembers that a certain YouTube creator, the one that blew the gender of her baby, said that she knew she was an adult on the last Make-A-Wish. She knew she was only supposed to get one Make-A-Wish trip, but she got 3. And so she lies by omission by saying, I feel bad, but I was a child. I was 10 years old the first time we went with Make-A-Wish to Disney. Yeah, but she doesn't tell you how old she was in the last 2, right? And I didn't know the fraud that my mother was doing by pretending I was sick. So I've already given them a donation. She doesn't say anything about that, about how much it is. She didn't make a big deal about it. But she's just automatically transfers over like to her mother. She takes no accountability for the last 2 times when she was an adult. And she knew she could walk. She knew all about it. You're right, Oliver. Yeah, she knew all about it. But she shifts that blame just right over to Dee Dee's court. Doesn't take the accountability for it. Says, oh, she'd like to work with them. Make-A-Wish. Then she talks about the most influential book, and it's Harry Potter. Of course it's Harry Potter. She lives in a fantasy world. Then, there's the other thing. They asked her, it was something where it went back to the crime. And she said, I want to know why everybody keeps focusing on the crime. Why does everybody keep focusing on the crime? I did my time. No, Gypsy, you didn't do your time. You took a plea deal based on completely false circumstances, that you were a victim of Munchausen's by proxy. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. It was premeditated. You stole a knife for this. You planned this. How you ever got away with what you did is just outrageous. It's outrageous. It is outrageous that I don't even understand how those texts and that interrogation were out there, and she got a plea deal for second degree. It doesn't even make sense. How was that not premeditated? Right, exactly, Amy. After watching the interrogation, no mention of any abuse and all those texts. How in the world was she offered that plea deal? I don't get it. That is just bizarre. And so you've got this. So she wants everybody to forget about the crime. I'm going to give you a little heads up there, Gypsy. They're never going to forget about the crime, okay? People still talk about Ted Bundy, Charles Manson. They talk about some guy that's not even as infamous as you that put its mother's head in a pot. Do you think they're going to stop talking about the fact that you killed your mother? Do you think that's just going to be swept under the rug? No, it doesn't get swept under the rug. That's a little more than a speeding ticket. It's a little more than even most anything else. That's murder, Gypsy. It's murder. Murder made you infamous. It's not your contouring that's going to take over. Okay, people aren't tuning in to find out what your favorite eyeshadow is or what palette you're using. You're infamous because you murdered your mother. So, her sister, Mia, has a 100% more of a chance of being an influencer than Gypsy ever will. And her sister goes on these trips, and her sister has this nice boyfriend that's got a good education, he's got a good job, and they're jet setting all around. Do you think, I want to ask you something. You think Gypsy loves Ken? Did you see Gypsy when she was doing her makeup tutorial? And she came out of the bathroom and there was Ken sitting like on a recliner with a TV tray in front of him. And she's like, and there's Ken. Hi, Ken. But it wasn't the way, come on. You know when you're in love and you're, I mean, gosh, these are the first, if it's not like the best time, this is the first few weeks you're together, they should be giddy and, you're floating on air and you're like, oh my gosh, here's Ken. Hi, Ken. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, look at him. There's nothing like that with her. She's like, hi, Ken. Hi. Then he came into the room later while she was doing a live, and I thought it was somebody like her mother or father because she was like annoyed. And then he was looking for a white shirt, and she's like, white shirt, I don't know. I put it up. Like she just could get him, get out of here. Just get out of here. It wasn't that she wanted to be with him. She didn't say, oh, come here, honey, sit down here. Look, I'm doing a live. No. She used Ryan because I think she maybe wanted to make Ken jealous when Ken let her go, okay? And then when she was going to get out and stuff, she needed a place to be. Ryan was probably, a good guy that was giving her a lot of attention, got that. He got her out of there. But then I think she gets bored easily. And this is not really like, there's no real attraction to these guys. So it was like, oh, okay, Ken's, like, she just loves this one's giving me attention. The hair comment was terrible, right? Oh, yeah, we can mock him. It's okay. Right, but the hair. Somebody said, your baby will have a lot of hair. And she said, well, that's good. That means that the baby will take after me, not Ken. It's okay. We can poke fun at him. But she doesn't like when anybody's mean to her, right? She doesn't like anybody joking like she told Ryan, right? She doesn't like joking. So it doesn't look like, and these pictures, like, they look so awkward. I don't know, like, I think when she bases it and looks at the pictures of her and her sister, she's already looking for the next guy. Okay, because this is not the knight in shining armor. This is not the one that's going to take her off and buy her little McMansion. This is not the guy. So she probably looking at some other celebrity. I can't think right now who that could be, but I guarantee you she, in her fantasy mind, is thinking about some guy, some famous guy. Okay, because she thinks she's a celebrity. She's met Kim Kardashian. I could get with Kim Kardashian and she could introduce me to fill in the blank. You don't think that's where her head is going? You think she wants to be saddled down with a baby? Ken is not the man of her dreams. I don't think so. I think he was a vehicle to get away from Ryan because Ryan wasn't either, right? So he was another vehicle to get her to the mother's house. She didn't care about leaving Pixie. She didn't care about those cats that she said, oh, we have this cats, but she never gave one thought to those cats when they killed the mother. Where did those cats go? She couldn't care. Somebody asked her recently if she had any pets. She didn't even mention Pixie. She doesn't care. That's why I think she may be sociopath, psychopath, because I don't think she has empathy at all. She didn't care about her mother when she was killing her best friend, right? Her best friend. Oh, yeah, come on over and take care of that. So I think she's got some ideas in her head that there's somebody real famous for her. And, she's a celebrity, is what she's thinking. She's running around with Kim Kardashian, which she has pinned. She has that pinned on her Instagram or her TikTok. So that's the first one. That's the most important. Her gender is not the most important, her gender reveal. No, 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 no. It's her and Kim Kardashian. Because she's hit the big time with that, right? And now she's just thinking, I need Kim Kardashian to take me to some of these parties and introduce me, and I'll be out in, we'll go out in I'll move in a neighborhood in Beverly Hills. They'll want me, and, oh gosh, she's thinking that. She'll leave everybody. You think she cares about any of them? You don't think she's secretly jealous of her sister Mia? Maybe not so secretly jealous of her. I would be scared, okay? Because she has this thing of she just kind of thinks she can bulldoze whatever in her way. And by bulldoze, I mean, kill. It's crazy. So she has a limited number of days here, okay, before we're either going to see, yeah, she's really pregnant, or, oh no, something happened. But Lifetime has already started filming. So if she gets so far into it, even if there is no baby, it'll be drama, right? She'll make sure it's dramatic. So if she has a fake pregnancy, she can have a fake end to the pregnancy. That's very dramatic. And then, who knows if Ken will even be in the picture by the end of that season. Really. Because she's probably got her sights set on going out to California. Go do some projects with Kim Kardashian, right? I don't know. She's something is very crazy here. What about the mother saying the baby registry? Yeah, okay, so then the mother's page, let's talk about Christy. Christy is on Facebook. Christy's Facebook is pretty wide open. And when you go on her Facebook, number one, okay, Christy and Rod have a joint page. Husbands and wives that have a joint page. What does that say to you when a husband and a wife has a joint page? Hi, Casper. Has anyone seen Gypsy cry? I mean, really cry with tears? Seen her No, I haven't. I really haven't. It usually, to me, means we got to keep tabs on each other here. I don't trust him. He doesn't trust me. That's what it means to me. Or you're trying to say, we're so together. Well, that's how Christy's Facebook is. There's pages and pages, same, that says a lot. Just of them together. And then all of these songs, she's got videos of how that's her soulmate. It protests too much. You've got to tell me this all the time. Just people put Facebook posts and they're like, I really love my kids. I'm like, you should. That should be a given. That should be a given. Or I don't know. It's weird. It's they're trying too much, too hard. And so she's got a lot of this, and then she's got oil field wife or oiled rig wife or something like that on the. But then the room that Gypsy's in, she was selling the bed for $175. So I was trying to see if Gypsy had a different bed in there. But Gypsy's, I think that bed, it had a headboard that kind of matched the dresser, but she was selling the bed and the mattress, so they must have had to get another bed in there for Gypsy. And then what else was she doing? She said last July she started a car detailing business. This is Christy. Christy said, "Hi guys, I'm going to start a car detailing business. I just got the last of my things. So if you need your car detailed, come to me." And then I don't think that lasted that long because I didn't see many posts on it, and I don't know. Then she was making signs, and this was the craziest thing. It was January 3rd, and she was selling Christmas signs for next Christmas. And then she was saying, well, they're hand painted. If you want, I can turn them over and make another thing. I didn't see any interest. She was selling them for $20 each. Her daughter, on her page, every few weeks, has something called I'm Cleaning Out My Closet. She has a little thumbnail for it. She's selling everything from like bathing suits. Thong-like bathing suits. She's selling them. She buys, now here's how I know. Remember Gypsy was saying she shops on Shein? That's all thanks to her sister. Must have cued her in on that because that seems where her sister gets most of her stuff. And she's like quickly turning it over and selling it. So she has that cleaning out a closet. She's bringing this down, and so she's selling stuff all the time. Then at about the end of February, she says, "Thank you to my parents for helping me get this new car." And it's a Kia, but it's a really it's one of their higher end models. It has these like red seats, and she shows the whole car. It's new. And I'm thinking like February, the end of February, is that courtesy of Lifetime? Is that courtesy of the documentary? What is that courtesy of? So you're seeing that. Remember Rod said Lifetime pays for it. And we've heard that they have taken money and they put it in different accounts, and that Dee Dee's sister's friend is saying that side of the family it's hers. No, it's her car. I know that. I know it's Mia's car, but Mia has a post on Facebook that thanks her parents for getting her the car. That's what I'm saying. The money. She thanks her parents for getting her the car. Okay, so it's at the end of the season where she was scared Ken might leave her. Her face was terrified. Her face was terrified. Yeah, Mom and Dad helped Mia get the car. Right. The end of it. I don't even remember when did she think Ken would leave her? I don't remember where she thought Ken would leave her. Wasn't it all that she went over to the father's and she got pissed off because Ryan said something? Then Christy went over there and helped her move everything out while Ryan was at work. And she, she got a little, I saw her cry a little bit, but she was trying to cry over Pixie, who she never even mentions anymore. And then she just left Pixie there. At least Ryan has been a stand-up guy and is taking care of Pixie. Yeah, what is the last show? Isn't it when she's at her mother's house and stuff? I mean, her stepmother's and father's? At the end, she said it. What'd she say? I have to watch that again. Well, I think whatever she said it for a lifetime, because the truth comes out in her videos, and I don't think she loves Ken. I don't think he's the love of her life. Okay? I think she's got her sights set on bigger things. So, let's see what we've done. The baby's name, Disney Princess. Is she really pregnant? Gypsy Rose, revealed the gender. Everyone already knew. Ryan's reaction. Okay, we've handled everything there. Does anybody want to call in? If you want to call in, you can call in. Let me see. She's standing next to a tree, and she says she is scared if he leaves her. Oh, if he leaves her again. I think she's setting it up. She's setting it up. You think she's going to be... Tell me if you think she's going to be with Ken in a year from now. You think Gypsy's going to be with Ken a year from now? One year from now, you think she's going to be with him? Influencers are pushing them. Nope. Okay. Neither do I. I think that there's a heck of a lot more going on, and Christy, another thing Christy was doing before Gypsy was released, Christy was going around on like News Nation and Ashley Banfield, doing interviews, promoting them on her Facebook page. Christy's loving the limelight. Loving it. Okay? Christy's another one. She thinks she's a celebrity now. And she was talking about that her and Rod tried to sue the doctors, but nobody wanted to take the case. And she said when Gypsy gets out, she'll have to see what to do. Because everybody's saying, oh, you should do that. Yeah, they didn't tell her that it wasn't Munchausen's by proxy. But, we don't hear anything about that anymore. And even Gypsy, who when she got out, she said, she was going to get out and advocate for other Munchausen's victims. Doesn't say that anymore because she knows it's not true. Now she says she wants to work with Make-A-Wish. Just listening to her voice would make me run. I don't know. I mean, they ran a huge con. She learned all of that. But she's also scary because her mother, her mother's her best friend and this and that. She had no qualms in murdering her and then having sex right after it, then cleaning stuff up, and then just throwing Nick under the bus and thinking and just remember how she was laying down and just sleeping on that couch. She wasn't pacing the room. She wasn't freaked out. She was laying down and sleeping like a baby. She was so sure she was going to manipulate everyone there. There was somebody else that was controlling the conversation. It was like Letitia Stout and the suitcase lady. Sarah Boone. They always try to take control of the conversation, and they're going to call all the shots and this and that, and it's Gypsy is no different. I feel like I've said this a million times about Gypsy, but she's laying down there like not a care in the world. Anybody like would be like climbing the wall, right? Like, oh my gosh, you're gonna sleep? Just ridiculous. And she couldn't believe it when they were taking her in. Couldn't believe it. The friend said Dee Dee learned how to grift from Rod. Yes, I heard that. Right. And I just think, I don't know. It was for the camera. Oh, the end of the last episode. She's crying on camera, but I think it's fake. I don't even think she could squeeze a tear out. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, she's going in that bag. Oh, I had 2 sandwiches. And then she's like drinking whatever. She's drinking out of a carton now. If it was milk, she said she's supposed to be lactose intolerant or something. But it looked like a little carton unless it was a juice in there. And then it looked like she brought a satin pillow in. It looked like she had a red bag and then a big white bag on the table next to the couch she was laying on. Do you mean that her mom had no Munchausen's? Hi, Eva. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It was a long con. The mother, Gypsy has a chromosome deletion. I don't know if it's disorder or syndrome, but it can cause certain health things, and that's what she had. And I think the mother capitalized on that and found out that she could get a lot of things with this sick child. So she moved around a lot. She went to different doctors a lot. She did interviews. She said her daughter suffered from all these things, from muscular dystrophy to having leukemia. She made her much younger than she really was. She shaved her head. There's a lot. So they got a lot of things. They would spend weeks in Disney. Weeks. They got a house. Right? Dee Dee didn't have to work. Dee Dee wasn't working. And then, of course, Gypsy's going to be collecting from the government, right? Dee Dee's going to... It's like they had this grift going. You hear how she talks about Disney? Oh, you've got to stay weeks at a time. Who can afford to stay weeks at a time at Disney? Weeks at a time. Number one, the parents usually has a job that they can't leave for weeks at a time. Number two, they can't do that. She was saying they were staying in the resorts. Oh, yeah. We take a day to relax. Then we go back to the park. Then we take oh, you've got to stay weeks. Did you hear her talking to those investigators? She hadn't said, I hope I don't get fat. Oh, stretch marks. Here's Ken's baby photo. What will our baby look like? Nothing like that. No. Right. And Gypsy wants the house. I heard that too. She wants her old house. Like, why do you want the old house? She wants it. Hey, Crystal. Good luck to Gypsy. Do you disagree? That's okay, Crystal. You can disagree with me. You can disagree with me. That's fine. Didn't they call Lori Vallow Lolly? I don't know. Did they? Who called her Lolly? Who called her Lolly? I don't know. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that about her being called Lolly. I don't remember that. Is Lolly a term for grandmothers in the South or something? I don't know. I've never heard of the term Lolly for a grandmother. I am not fat shaming anyone, but you can already see the weight she's putting on. Ken likes slim blondes. How do we know? Do we know Ken likes slim blondes? We know Ken likes blondes, but I don't know if, did he say her dad knows and he's painted himself in a corner. What's her dad know, Oliver? Her dad knows what, Oliver? What? Oh, Gypsy said, I heard Gypsy say he likes blondes. I didn't hear it. Or maybe I just don't remember some. The thing she tells the cops in the doorway. Oh, yeah, that she can't go to jail because she has medical conditions and things. Yeah, that was immediately, right? It just came out because it's, it's manipulation. Manipulation. I think it's, we're going to find out. I mean, every surgery she had was necessary. There was only 3 or 4 surgeries. She lied about all the rest. And the grifting, yeah. I believe that, Amy. I believe that. Remember, her mother was gone, right? They moved away from family and everything. And Gypsy was telling the stories. And Rod tells a story too, right? That he went along with her being 4 years younger than she really is. Definitely. I mean, yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's crazy. We're going to do our word cookies. We could still talk about it. I'm just going to do the daily while we talk about it. As I can do 2 things at once. But when she couldn't meet with the parole officer because, she was cramping. And I heard that someone say bleeding as well. I don't know. I think it's we're gonna. I mean, she doesn't have many weeks to fool around. Like it's like you know those ladies who pretend they're pregnant, like not the ones that take a baby, but the ones that like pretend to the boyfriend because you can leave them, and then eventually like something has to happen, and they either, oh my gosh, I went away and I lost the baby or whatever it is. I just don't know what. Trying to think about something. What is it? Her trophy. Oh, it totally freaked me out how at the end she popped out her dentures to make herself look more sickly, like a chemo patient, to get sympathy or something. Yeah, she was also trying to do something to her arm. Then she had all those hickeys all over her. Hi, Puddin'. Good to see you. Yeah, the house being her trophy. Like, why would she want that house again? If she doesn't want people to talk about the murder, but she wants that house, maybe she wants to knock it down because they say that people are around going around to see it. So maybe she wants to have it knocked down, and so that maybe she thinks people will forget about it. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Attention. Yeah, she definitely wants the attention. But it's like her whole MO with guys. She's not like happy with them. She like pushes them away, wants another one. But I really do think she thinks there's somebody so much better for her. What did you say that he stated? Let me see. That he started the conning. Oh, Rod started the conning? That's what they said. That's what that friend of Dee Dee's sister said. And that side of the family now is thinking about suing for money or something because Gypsy profited off stuff and they put money in different accounts and stuff like that. So, yeah. Could easily be. The conning. Hi, Emmy. I could see Gypsy try to make the house a tourist attraction. You think so, Danielle? Because I think she wants people to forget it. See, that's the thing. I think she maybe thinks she could erase it. That, just forget it. Forget it. That house doesn't exist. Get rid of it. I don't know. What she was saying, like she just wants money. Yeah, but she wants money in a different... She really thinks she's a celebrity. And it's so funny. Somebody said, what's your job or something? And she said, I'm an author. I already have one book out and I'm coming out with another. Etch is a good thing. Wow. It's crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Every day it's something else. Every day. We're just watching it unfold. Forget seasons. Lifetime has these seasons, but every day is another episode. Every day is another episode. You never know what you're going to get. It's playing right out for us. Playing right out. She loves all the attention, yeah. Yep. She loves it. It's still early still. You still think Gyps, you mean actually did the unaliving, as they say, the unaliving with the knife, Danielle? It's so early still. Oh, okay. Yeah, the people think that. They do. I don't know. The blood in there was a mixture of all three of them. Interesting. I was convinced the whole much. I know, Eva. A lot of people were. I was too. And I just thought, okay, well, she didn't have to kill her, but I thought the Munchausen's thing was real. But it wasn't. Medical records show, it's like, it's crazy. And you watch the interrogation, Eva, and you look at the text messages and you see a very different story. Very different story. So, it's crazy. Crazy. Yeah. Oh, epic. Oh, what did I do? There we go. Yeah, it's crazy, guys. Chip, 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 chip. Hey, Justina. Eva, I thought that too, but listening to her and Nick's police interview changed my mind. Yeah, I think that's where a lot of people were like, what? And the text messages. Oh my gosh, the text messages. Eva, it's crazy. You go back and Go look at the other videos in this playlist. And we have the whole interrogation on there. First of Nick, and then of Gypsy, and then Nick's mother. So go back and take a listen. And you'll see. And then we have the text messages. I'll read you the text messages there's another video. And it's very eye-opening, to say the least. But I'm going to let you guys go because it's been a long day and I've got some things going on. But I will talk to you tomorrow. Everybody have a good night. Thank you for watching. And love you. God bless. And prayers for all. Be good. We'll see you tomorrow. You will watch those. Yeah, watch them. The texts are emotional abuse and gymnastics for Nick. Yeah, they are. Let's watch the texts about how she's always like freaking out in them, because that's a pattern. And we heard Ryan talk about it. That's a pattern. That's a pattern. And I don't think everybody's being honest. And I think you got to remember she's living with Rod and Christy for the first time. And there was talk that the police were called there and that Christy hit her. So I don't know, I don't think it's a bed of roses at all. Okay. I even heard that she's not wanting to do much. She lays around in her room, wants people to wait on her, hand and foot. So yeah. All right. Take care, everybody. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.